Swadika, good morning and thank you for joining us on Newsline for Monday, December 30th of 2013. I'm Sandra Hanud Saha. In today's episode of Newsline, we will wind the clock back a bit and see what the major stories were and what has happened in Thailand so far this year. And here is our first story. His Holiness Somdet Prayana Sangwon, the 19th Supreme Patriarch of the Ratanakosin Kingdom, passed away on October 24th at the age of 100. And as Thais nationwide are mourning his death, we will take a closer look at who he was.
Biography of His Holiness Somdet Prayana Sangwon, the Supreme Patriarch of Thailand, Suwattana Mahathera Jaren Kochawat. His Holiness Somdet Prayana Sangwon, the Supreme Patriarch of Thailand, Suwattana Mahathera, whose birth name is Jaren Kochawat, was born in Kanchanaburi province on the 3rd of October 1913. His Holiness was ordained as a novice when he was 14 years old at Wat Thevat Sangkaram in Kanchanaburi. Then he enrolled for Dhamma study at Wat Bawar Niwet Vihan until he aged fully for the monkhood. His Holiness was ordained as a Buddhist monk at Wat Bawar Niwet Vihan on the 15th of February 1933 by His Holiness Prince Gromalung Wachiriyanawong and stayed there until he passed in 9th grade, the highest level of Pali examination as constituted by the Thai Sangha in 1941. His Holiness had been moved through the lines of ecclesiastical promotion. Firstly, he was promoted to higher ecclesiastical Rata Kana title in ordinary, Rata and Teva levels respectively, with the same titular name of Pra Sopon Kanaporn. After that, he was promoted to the higher ecclesiastical rank in the Dhamma level with the name of Pra Dhammawarapon, before being appointed to the title of Pra Sasana Sopon. Later on, he was bestowed with the special titular name of Somdet Prayana Sangwon, and finally was consecrated as the Supreme Patriarch Sangkaracha with the special titular name of His Holiness Somdet Prayana Sangwon, Somdet Prasangkarat Sakon Maha Sangkaparinayop on the 21st of April 1989. His Holiness is the 19th Supreme Patriarch of the Ratanakosin period. An enthusiastic learner, His Holiness has been keenly interested in education, especially the language studies, since he was a Pali scholar. He had learned and mastered several languages such as English, French, German, Chinese and Sanskrit. His Holiness Prince Gromalung Wachiriyanawong, his preceptor, was concerned that he would overindulge in secular education and therefore had reminded him to allocate his time for meditation. As a result, His Holiness had started practicing meditation ever since and kept doing it consistently, making him a Mahathera who has been knowledgeable in both the Dhamma studies and practice. As His Holiness is an expert in foreign languages, particularly English, he has obtained modern knowledge through reading English books of both secular and religious subjects, thus making him a visionary person who always catches up with the country's situations. That is a great benefit to his teaching and propagation of Buddhism. The religious books authored by His Holiness are up-to-date and timely for people and the circumstances in modern days. Apart from that, he also has played a vital role in teaching the Dhamma to Thais and foreigners. His Holiness has a far-sighted view on education. He was involved in the founding of Thailand's first Buddhist university, Mahamangkut Buddhist University, and for the first time initiated the Training Institute for Thammatut Bhikkhus going abroad. His Holiness is the first senior monk who plays a vital role for the propagation of Buddhism overseas. He was once the chairman of the executive committee of the Training Institute for Tamatu Bhikkhus going abroad, and was the first to preside over the opening ceremony of the first Thai temple in Europe, that is, Wat Puttapati in London, United Kingdom. To Australia, His Holiness brought Theravada Buddhism there for the first time by establishing Wat Puttarangsi in Sydney. He paid an official visit to Nepal to be the preceptor for Nepalese novices in the Sakayan clan. This has revived the ordination ceremony in modern Nepal. The Supreme Patriarch also developed a religious tie with His Holiness the Dalai Lama until they are familiar with each other and have met many times for Dhamma exchanges. Besides, he is the first Sankaracharya who was officially invited to China for the first time in its history. His Holiness Somdet Prayana Sangwon has performed several tasks locally and internationally. He is both academic and Dhamma analyst, or what is called Dhamma Vijaya, to demonstrate that the Buddha Dhamma is applicable to all levels of life activities, from the basic to ultimate ones. His Holiness has composed more than 100 articles, both in Thai and English. His written works involve the teachings of Buddhism at the beginning, intermediate, and advanced levels, as well as a number of religious essays, all with great educational value. In recognition of His Holiness' exceptional capabilities, the value of his written compositions, and the multiple tasks he has performed, many well-known national universities have bestowed upon him honorary doctorate degrees in various fields of education. Apart from the duties associated to his titles, His Holiness was offered special tasks in many occasions. One of them was to be the advisor and guardian of the present monarch, His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej, when he was ordained as a bhikkhu at Wat Bawar Niwet Vihan in 1956. Later on, when His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mahawajiralongkorn was ordained as a bhikkhu in 1978, His Holiness was also the Crown Prince Bhikkhu's instructor and advisor in monastic codes of disciplines and the Buddha's teaching. Having held important ecclesiastical titles from past to present, His Holiness has performed duties that are of great benefits to the religion, the nation, and its people. Thus, he is a great monk who has achieved both his own good and the practice for the good of others. That makes him a highly respectable person, both for Buddhist realm and the national kingdom. His Holiness Somdet Prayana Sangwon is highly revered even among Buddhists in foreign countries. As such, the Myanmar government has bestowed upon him the title of Apitacha Maharattaguru, which is the highest ecclesiastical title of the Myanmar Sangha. And the World Buddhist Supreme Conference Buddhist Summit, along with the Supreme Buddhist leaders of 32 countries of the world in 2012, also bestowed the title of Supreme Holiness of World Buddhism upon him. In celebration of the Supreme Patriarch's 100th birthday anniversary on the 3rd of October 2013, all Buddhists are invited to humbly offer well wishes to His Holiness. May the triple gems and all good deeds he has performed bless His Holiness with happiness and good health. May His Holiness live long for auspices of all the Buddhists and general people.
We'll now take a short break and be back with more top stories.
Open the world of information. Embrace public participation. Present Thailand to the world. New dimension of the government's public relations. The 80th anniversary of the Public Relations Department. Creative media for the society. Mobilizing Thailand towards the ASEAN community.
เมื่อมนุษย์ทำลายสมดุลทางธรรมชาติแล้วมนุษย์ก็เป็นผู้ประสบภัยพิบัติจากธรรมชาติร่วมสร้างอนาคตลดภัยพิบัติระดมพลังพลิกฟื้นคืนผืนป่าในทุกชุมชนทั่วประเทศ
For those who have Android smartphones, you can download a PRD News application by searching for PRD News English in Play Store. That way, you can stay up to date with the latest happenings in Thailand.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. The National Broadcasting and Telecommunications Commission, or NBTC, has selected DVB-T2 as the standard for Thailand's digital television broadcasting, and it is expected that the system will be up and running by 2014. The Cabinet approved the NBTC's proposal in May this year to use DVB-T2 as the system for digital TV broadcasting in Thailand as part of the Go Digital Thailand project. According to NBTC member Kolonati Sukonrat, the DVB-T2 is a European-based modern digital TV system with the best transmission efficiency. It is currently used in 38 countries worldwide, including those in Europe and ASEAN. Digital broadcast technology enables its viewers to experience better television broadcasts, including better picture and sound quality, multiple programming choices, and interactive capabilities. Furthermore, broadcasting stations will be able to offer several channels of digital programming simultaneously, utilizing the same amount of spectrum required for just one analog program. At present, there are 6 free television channels, which are 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and Thai BBS. However, digital broadcast will enable the audiences to view programs from up to 48 channels. The 48 digital outlets will comprise 12 community channels, 12 public channels, and 20 commercial channels. The remaining 4 will be high-definition television, or HDTV. With more channels available, one can go niche by tuning to sports, food, travel, and technology channels. Additional channels, meanwhile, will open up opportunities for new players, so there will be much more content development and consumers will have more choices. The NBTC has prepared and will in due course announce a list of must-have and non-exclusive programs the stations must broadcast. According to the NBTC, 84% of the population in Thailand have access to television, 50% of which via terrestrial or free TV, while around 29% and 26% of households have access to cable and satellite TV, respectively. With this change, the television industry needs to adjust and cover all types of receivers that have to be attuned to the new technology, such as TV displays, mobile TV, internet or IPTV, and tablets. Digital services will be delivered via a set-top box, and the NBTC will support the transformation to digital mode, especially community channels. The NBTC noted that on the issue of set-top boxes, The government must subsidize costs by offering public loans or coupons, and also support local manufacturers in terms of specifications. A total of 24 channels have been auctioned. 29 companies have taken part in the bidding process for licenses to run TV content ranging from youth programs to news to variety and general programs in both standard definition and high definition channels. The competition has been fierce as bidders were aiming for a share of more than the 100 billion baht advertising revenues product owners spend on Thai television network each year. We'll now take another quick break and we'll have a quick glance at what happened in the sports world when we come back.
Open the world of information. Embrace public participation. Present Thainess to the world. New dimension of the government's public relations. The 80th anniversary of the Public Relations Department. Creative media for the society. Mobilizing Thailand towards the ASEAN community.
เมื่อมนุษย์ทำลายสมดุลทางธรรมชาติและมนุษย์ก็เป็นผู้ประสบภัยพิบัติจากธรรมชาติร่วมสร้างอนาคตลดภัยพิบัติระดมพลังพลิกฟื้นคืนผืนป่าในทุกชุมชนทั่วประเทศ
For those who have Android smartphones, you can download a PRD News application by searching for PRD News English in Play Store. That way, you can stay up to date with the latest happenings in Thailand.
Welcome back to Newsline, and we now take a look at what has happened in the sports world during the past year. A young Thai badminton player won the world title, while Thailand's women's volleyball team beat Japan to be crowned champions of Asia. Thai badminton rising star Ratchanok Inthanon won the world women's title in China's Guangzhou in August this year after a huge upset as she defeated Chinese Olympic champion and reigning world number 1 Zhu Li in the final match of the BWF World Championships 22-20, 18-21, and 21-14. Ratchanok, only 18 years old, became the first ever Thai badminton player to be crowned world champion. Not only is she the first champion, Ratchanok is also the youngest badminton world champion in the history of the sport. The 18-year-old prodigy was also the youngest ever finalist at the All England Championships earlier this year and the first Thai woman to reach the final. Ratchanok won her first international title at the age of 16 and did it without dropping a game. In 2011, Ratchanok became the first three-time winner at the World Junior Championships. In addition to her skills as a young athlete, she became the youngest ever champion at the BWF World Junior Championships in Malaysia in 2009 when she was just 14 years old. And now let's move on to volleyball. Thai women's national volleyball team, after winning the World Women's Badminton title in August, Thailand notched up another huge victory after winning the Asian Women's Volleyball Championship by defeating Japan in 3 straight sets in front of their home crowd in Nakhon Ratchasima province. And the scores for those sets were 25-22, 25-18, and 25-17. On their way to the final, the Thai side faced China in the semifinals and saw the Chinese team off in 5 sets to set up the final against the Japanese team. Thailand back then ranked number 16, while Japan ranked 3rd in the global rankings and was the London Olympic bronze medalist. Thailand, however, managed to thrash the world number 3 ranked team. In addition to their success, the Thai women's national volleyball team also won its 10th successive gold medal after defeating Vietnam in 3 straight sets at the 27th Southeast Asian Games, which was held in Myanmar. These scores were 25-16, 25-20, and 25-18. What made this occasion amazing was that Thailand won its 10th straight title without dropping a set at the competition. And now let's take a look at other sports in the 27th Southeast Asian Games. Thailand won its first 2 gold medals in the men's and women's Chinlon same strokes at the competition. Thailand took the first gold after its women's team defeated the Lao PDR in the final with a score of 202-192. The men's team then added another gold after a victory over Cambodia with 256-236 on the scoreboard. Chinlon is a sport of 6 players in a team who pass the ball, which looks like the gra ball, back and forth with their feet, heads, and knees as they walk around in circle. And the game is a combination of sport and dance. The Thai side added more gold medals from swimming as James Bond Nattapong Gate-in snatched a gold medal from the 200 men's meters breaststroke. Another gold medal came from Nathanan Jankarajang, who won the women's 200 meters freestyle category. Now in boxing, which is also one of Thailand's favorite sports, as the Thai boxing team bagged 4 gold medals from the SEA Games. And among the winners were Pisai Siri, winning the men's 57-kilogram category, Siri Sopa Sirisak winning the women's 57-kilogram category, Ronagrit Buntray winning the men's 60-kilogram category, and Panupan Tanjat, who won in the 67-kilogram category. As for football, Thailand's national football team ended their 6-year drought in the SEA Games football competition over a 1-0 victory that was over Indonesia to be crowned champions. They were crowned champions. And the Thai team, led by former footballer Gitisak Ziko Senamung, who currently serves as Thailand's head coach, beat Indonesia 1-0 in men's football final at the 27th SEA Games held in Naypyidaw, Myanmar. The only goal of the game came in the 21st minute when Thailand's Sarawut Masuk beautifully lifted the ball past Indonesian goalkeeper to make it 1-0. The Thai side was able to hold back the hard-working Indonesia until the final whistle from the referee. And at the end of the 27th Southeast Asian Games, Thailand triumphed in the 27th SEA Games as it topped the medal tally with 107 gold, 94 silver, and 81 bronze medals, followed by Myanmar with 86, 62, 85, and Vietnam with 73, 86, 86. The 27th SEA Games witnessed 44 record breakers in athletics, swimming, and weightlifting. The event featured 33 sports with 460 gold, 460 silver, and 637 bronze medals. And over 6,000 athletes and officials from 11 Southeast Asian countries took part in this biggest biennial tournament of the region. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. And this morning we say goodbye with cute elephant Santa Clauses entertaining school students in Ayutthaya province during this festive season. Have a wonderful day. I'm Sandra Hanut Saha. Sawadee ka.